Hey, you. Yeah, I bet you were looking forward to more negativity from me today. Well, you're not gonna get any. Yeah. What are we gonna do? I will find something for you. Alright, here's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be looking at cool and quirky images and stuff. Grilled cheese sandwich, right? Let's look at photos of grilled cheese sandwich. That sure is some grilled cheese sandwich right there. Fucking people with their like cheese pool type crap, online trends and whatever. Stop it! Stop it with the negativity. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, maybe it's a little gross, kind of, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, cheese pool. Shut up. Fuck you. No, 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 no. Grilled cheese sandwich. These are not. How is this a grilled cheese sandwich? BLT grilled cheese. Again, stop criticizing. It's just who I am. Grilled cheese. I can't just stare at grilled cheese. I have to make some obnoxious comment about it. Grilled cheese. Wow! Look at it. Look at it. Air fryer grilled cheese. How is that different from regular grilled cheese? You tell me. You tell me. I know just as much as you do about the difference there between the air fryer grilled cheese recipe. Ha 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 ha. I mean, right? Because it could be on a pan too. That is some weird looking. Press it down. Yeah, you know the whole like pressing it down with the spatula thing. I well, really with anything, it's such a thing. It's such a SpongeBob thing is what it is. But I don't know. Grilled cheese sandwich. And happy animal. This is what comes up when you search happy animal. Well, this is what comes up when I search happy animal. The Quokka. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oh, fucking stupid. Yeah. Happiest animal in the world, sure, whatever you say. He's eating a fucking leaf. You know why this little fucker is happy? It's because he's stupid. That's why. It's because he's stupid. That's why he's happy. Look at him. Is this the goddamn thing? Is this that fucking animal from what's it called? Ice Age. Happy animal, I don't know. Hyrax. Right, right, of course, it's Ice Age, it's some extinct thing. Right. Right. Wait, we looked that up before. In the what's it called? The other thing, the fucking thing that I just what was it? The Epstein thing where the thing with the cringe title, Epstein's diaper fed. Yeah. I put it in the background there. Yeah, right. And then there's a Hyrax, and it's like, yeah, I mean they're like similar. I don't know. They're just rodents. They're just whatever. And this thing goes. I think that's the same thing. It's the thing, right? Anyways, these things aren't extinct, so you know. So well, if they were there back then, furry potato. Okay, if they were there back then certainly those ones aren't around anymore, right? They're a little different now. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, fuck AI overview. Fucking look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You know, you got a bicycle. You got another bicycle right behind them. Look at these ones. This is something else. Okay. And I think this is AI generated right here. At least this one. At least this one is. That... What is this? What is this? India. That kind of makes sense. Okay. Alright. What is this? Alright. Well... So I said definitely, right? And so it's not, it's more than definitely. It's yes, I know nothing about dogs. Domestic dogs are known for their how... Okay, otters too. Same thing with otters, like explaining otters, but I mean, that's one thing. Domestic dogs are known for their joyful... Stray dogs are also playful if acted with love with them. Yeah. Yeah, go petting random stray dogs, you know, see how well that turns out for you. Sure, why not? Why not, right? Why not? Happiest animals in the world that will make you smile. What are you? Ha 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 ha. Oh, look at them smiling. What did I just click? Look at them smiling. Look at him smiling. Look at him smiling. Look at him smiling. Look at him. Look at that smile. Look at him smiling. Ah! Look at him smile. Look at him smiling. Look at him smiling. Woo! Big smile. Really big smile. Look at this smile. Really big smile. Biggest smile ever. Wow. Look at all these big smiles right here. Really big smiles. Oh, these ones are frowning. Look at these ones. There were some real big frowns. These are also... Well. What the fuck? What is little sheep fuck? What is... What? The Brady Bunch vibes. You ever seen the Brady Bunch sitcom in the 80s? The Brady Bunch, MASH, the Andy Griffith Show, I think it is, Gilligan's Island. Let me think of more things. Well, The Twilight Zone, obviously, that's from the 60s. That's fantastic. Like, just that's fantastic. Sitcoms are, they're so, you know. But The Twilight Zone. Anyways, what else is there? And then there's a bunch of other things that I haven't seen and probably never will see. Other sitcom-y, I guess, things. That 70s show, Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell and Belle, fucking French Prince of Bel-Air. They both have Belle in the name. That's confusing, you know, spelled differently. But and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And everything about it is, like, completely different and whatever. But Belle is in the title, you know, Belle, like the beast saying, Belle, 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 I got something lodged in my throat, Belle. I need you to stick your dainty hands in my throat and pull it out. Pull it the fuck out, Belle. That's what the beast sounds like. Sounds just like that. Yep. Just like that. Is this unedited? I mean, I guess it could be. It's just really scrunched up with the muscles. Could it be? Actually, maybe not, because that's what a huh. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, some of these are perfectly something, and then other ones are, yeah, and Happy Zoo, right? Happy Zoo. Oh, oh, Happy Zoo. Happy Zoo. Doesn't this, yeah, Happy Zoo. You know, the interesting thing about rainbows, though, right? A rainbow is a frown. I've never thought of it that way before. A rainbow is a frown. The rainbow is frowning. Oh my god. The rainbow is frowning. Wow. This is so deep. Even a rainbow frowns. Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow. This is so... Wow. Happy. Manga character. Oh. Damn. Oh. Damn. Wow. Evil. Wow. Manga series Fairy Tail and Eden Zero. Hiro Mishima. You know, there's a lot of the, you know, Japanese names there that come very similarly to sound. I don't. Hiroshima. Hiro Mishima. The only difference is the ma. Hiro Mashima. He is depicted throughout his appearances an anthropomorphic blue cat. Oh my god, where have I heard that before? Yeah, so we couldn't just leave it at where have I heard that before. We had to like physically show it, right? Right, you know, got to keep you in the loop, you know? Yep. Who accompanies his main protagonist on their adventures, often providing comic relief. Do not use the word hate. I mildly dislike is too harsh. I mildly what is it? I have a very mild, what am I supposed to say besides dislike and hate? I don't know. I have a very, or like despise or whatever. I have a very mild, I don't know. The word dislike, but so much more like leaning towards neutral and stuff and whatever. Like it's barely any dislike whatsoever, right? I have a very mild something lighter form of dislike towards this terminology and its overusage and things. The inclusion of a humorous character or scene or witty dialogue in an otherwise serious or dramatic work, often to relieve tension. Relieve tension. We can't have too much tension, right? See, how I think about it, right, is we have all the tension. And the purpose of something along these lines is to keep it not boring. Because that's the thing with like, oh, it's serious and dramatic and tension. It can get pretty boring pretty fast. You know, and it being like action stuff and this and that, along with all of that, you know, tends to blah, 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 blah. But regardless, like just too much of the same thing for too long gets boring. Too much of the same thing for too long. Like it doesn't even if it's fast paced, even if it's relatively fast paced, like your mind just drifts and wanders, right? Because it's just the same thing I've been looking at for the past 30 minutes or whatever, right? And then you juxtapose that, right? That's, you know, the whole thing between like like cutting between a bunch of different places, well, then that makes it hard to grow any real attachment and follow really anything in particular there too. It's a real balancing act, and people do it wrong all the time, but it's a real balancing act. And what I really think works well, and what I really like in particular, that I don't know. Well, I really like contrast. I really like contrast. I really like the whole thing of like, yeah, maybe something lighthearted and this and that, and then it goes like immediately into something that's just the complete opposite, right? And stuff like that, you know, kind of abrupt shifts in that way, right? Um oh God. Also, if it's relax, liberals, it's just dark humor. Shut up. Shut up. But anyways, yeah, sure, I don't know, that kind of stuff, right? Humor stuff that fits the tone of everything else as well is perfectly fine too. Perfectly fine, like every time. Pretty much, well, not like every time. It really, well, it can take away from any, as long as it doesn't take away from things, right? That's all. You know, it should, everything should enhance the experience. And if you can make it so that even the, you know, like the comic relief type of stuff, like if something is like really particularly like dry and serious and this and that, right, it can become boring and stuff, but then having there be like, I guess, relatively upbeat things, like kind of out of nowhere sort of thing, or just kind of, you know, and then it's like, how can you take this seriously sort of thing, but it's like in a way of like, I don't know, see, because there's that too, like I like the whole thing of like, how can you really take this seriously, but at the same time, this is so fucked up, why am I laughing at this? Like, I really like that a lot. This is so ridiculous, how can I take this seriously? I'm laughing at this, but this is so fucked up, oh my god, what the fuck. I really like that. And then it makes you feel bad about yourself, right? I like that. I like it when people feel bad about themselves, because you're because a releasing of emotional or other right, your releasing of emotional or other tension stuff should not be from this all too much. It should be from a resolution of said, you know, what is causing this to be the case, right? Somewhat. Or if it's like over a longer period of time, right? If it's over a longer period of time, like, this is like a very, like, and see, then there's that too also of like, oh yeah, wow, that's not really, you know, I'm still very much into it, and that's, you know, that's not taking me out of it, like, kind of thing, like, I don't know, or it being even like a reminder of what's going on too, like, just in some way not being just like a complete departure, you know? Like, just, it's just shoved in there willy-nilly, and it could be literally in any other scene. I guess that kind of stuff in particular is what I think is really, you know, because if it wasn't so quite excessive in everything and just takes things from being potential masterpieces down to just being fine, if it wasn't just that way all over the place, right, this could be in literally any other scene. But because you thought that this was too dark and too this and too that, we had to stick it right here. And it has nothing to do with anything else that's going on. It's just, you're right, it's just a complete departure. And it's not funny, and it's this, and it's that, and it just ruins it. versus, yeah, like, I don't know, right? Something that like, I don't know, like, oh, you laugh at it, but then it, but it has something to do with it, or maybe it even like reminds you of some other thing that has already occurred, right, and been somewhat resolved, or isn't a concern of ours anymore, but was really fucked up too, right? Like it doubles as that, as like a callback of sorts to something else, right? So if you really think about it for a second, oh my fucking god, that can work too, right? See, there you go. Like, there's all these different ways in which it can work. Anything can work in any sort of way, but whenever it's overdone and whenever it's done in certain ways and just this and that and this and that and this, there are certain ways things should never be done, Comic relief. That is the title. That's not the title. That is the, well, what was it? Smooth sliced. I was gonna say the title is Smooth Sliced Grilled Cheese. It's gonna be Smooth Sliced Comic Relief. Yep, there you go. Anyways, fucking Blue Cat, fucking something 2 nickels, but it's weird that I happened twice or something. I don't know. Ha 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 ha. How about cute relief? How about that? There should be a term for that. Cute relief. I don't know. Relief. You should not feel relieved. There's nothing to be relieved about. Edge of your seat. Evil. No, he's probably not being evil here. He's probably just being, he looks kind of a little bit, but he's probably I mean, he looks a little evil all over the place, but he's probably like ashamed or something. He's probably like, these little lines here or something, right? He has just, his whole family has been disgraced. He has had his name dragged through the mud. He will never recover from this, whatever it is, whatever the context of this is. See, he is evil. He's evil. What's that damn, damn it. What is that thing? Madoka Magica QB. Right? Cute relief. Look at this thing. Ignore that. Look. See? This thing. Right, it's like in an otherwise magical, very happy toned thing, you have in an otherwise magical and very everyone's happy, everyone's having a good time and all these things. In an otherwise that kind of ignore a couple of these images. This thing, right, cute relief from like, it's magical and and all that and stuff like that, but there's not enough cuteness going around, right? So he works as the cute relief, right? That's something that it's maybe lacking, is enough cuteness, and then QB comes along and he's there to provide the cuteness relief, the cute relief, right? Because it's like, wow, this is pretty great, this is pretty positive and upbeat. But you know what this could really, what this really needs? Like, it needs some salt and pepper, you know what I mean? Could use a little bit of something, And then QB comes along and he fits into that role really nicely, right? Really, really nicely. So, yep. See what I mean? So, yeah, look, fish. Oh, fish. Why does he have angel? Shut up. shake you around. Why does he have angel wings? There's 2 of them. Oh my god. He has a love interest. Ah. It's so he can fly, right? Obviously. What do you want? He has angel wings so he can fly. Because how else would he be able to fly? He wouldn't be able to fly if he didn't have angel wings. Right? Look at this. Look at that smile. Look at, I don't know. Wow, wow, yeah. Wow, wow, bow, wow. Big smile. Internet, please stop it. Stop it. Furiously happy. Pet rat. Rat. Internet. Just load flower. Yeah, I mean there's no real even point on clicking on them. They're right here. But it's like I have to click if I'm going to focus on something in particular. Hey, you don't even like what am I talking about? What am I focusing on, right? You can't tell if it's not here like in right? I mean, if I hover my mouse over it and like this and that over it, sure, but even sometimes like if it's like white background like the snow here, maybe it's less visible and the mouse is kind of small and I can make it bigger. You want to know how to make your mouse bigger? Well, it's just in the settings. I don't know, fucking Windows, whatever. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just right there, mouse appearance, whatever. That's interesting. Huh. Wow. Wow. This is quite something. If I fits, I sits. Ooh. What? Facebook post. Alright. Ham stars. Ham in there. It's just one of those wheelie bad days. Report due. Just hang in this? I think it says this. Oh, wow, something 3 p.m. Yeah, whoa. Haha. When you're just about to clock out of work and a customer asks for assistance. He ain't smiling no more. To all our hashtag hamsters we've ever loved, you'll always be in our hearts now and forever. Okay. Are they dead? Ah. I have so many, sadly, because of their very short lifespans. Yeah. When you cough it up, who man, I can also smell it from a mile away. Mouth-watering when you hear the treat bag rustle. Ha 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 ha. Oh look, it's my email. You can spam me. You were working just fine a second ago. Is it because the loading is really... Oh no, this came up and then it came back up again? I ain't logging into Facebook or whatever. No, it is because it takes a million years to load. This stuff loading though, and it's like the whole thing with advertisements loading so much better than everything else, right? But it's actually kind of the inverse of it. It's the posts loading better than this pop-up. I'm gonna steal this by the way, just so you know. Yeah, I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna stretch it. I'm gonna stretch it out. Yeah. I'm gonna steal it. That's right. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's not yours anymore. It's mine. It's all mine. When you finally get a break, well, remember you have to catch up on everything you missed. Part-time snack, full-time snuggle. Just one more snack. I mean, it cheers me up slightly that there are people that I don't know. It's just, I don't know. There's no ulterior motive to this or anything like that. It's just it's called stress eating. Look it up. Me when I wake up, don't wanna. Posting a video of my hamster trying a grape for the first time last year. Me after one free sample. Me after telling everyone I'm busy. Me after I said something wrong but with confidence. Tired but determined. When someone waves at you and you have no idea who they are. Me clocking out already, even though there's half day more work I have to finish. I'll do it later, I say, then later. If I fits, I sits. Part-time snack, full-time snuggle. I don't know why, but like my first instinct is to read it as full-time struggle. I guess that's my problem, huh? Baby Quokka. Quokka? Quokka? Yeah, it's very similar also to another thing. Is it literally just spelled with... No. I could have sworn. It looks like a zebra. Zebra... Quagga. A quagga. You got a quokka and a quagga. There's only so many words, or letters in English, and so many... There's a shitload of combinations. It's just a lot of them aren't actually pronounceable and are just complete gibberish, you know, spam on a keyboard, right? Hey, what if I told you that CJKND, like, like, that's not a word, right? CJ, all you had to do is follow the damn train. Shut up. Quagga. So you got a quokka. Quokka. I guess it's pronounced quokka. Quokka and a quagga. Put them side by side, right? Quokka and a quagga. Here's your quokka. Here's your quagga. Quokka, quagga. Quokka, quagga. Quokka, quagga, quokka, quagga, quokka, quagga. Quokka, quagga. If I fits, I sits. Ooh, ooh. Part-time snack, full-time struggle. It sounds so much better as full-time struggle too. That's the thing, okay? That's the thing. I swear, it's not part-time snack, full-time snuggle. Part-time snack, full-time snuggle. I gotta like retrain my brain. I gotta part-time snack, full-time snuggle. Part-time snack, full-time snuggle. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Like the fucking capybara fucking... Are you kidding? Quokkas are no doubt the best thing to live and we don't deserve them. Change my mind. Quokka. I mean, you might be right about the whole don't deserve to have thing. Quokka. Happy dog. Why? Go back and look at the happy dog. Damn Damn it, it was back up there, wasn't it? Damn it, where'd the happy dog go? I was just looking at the happy dog. Where's the happy dog? Where's the fucking happy dog? Can you just load? I mean, that's pretty great too, right? Seymour. Seymour. Steamed hams. Yeah. Wow. Look at all this. Look at all of this. Laser pointer. Okay, that's pretty great right there. Well, a lot of these are pretty great, but something about this one in particular right here. I really like this. Oh. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. I'm walking on sunshine. Blah, blah, blah. A child with the girl is resting on the bed with her ginger kitten. A child with an animal stock image. Image of bedroom, comma, friend. Are there any like masterpieceful comedies? That's something because that's the kind of what comedies are known for, is being not great, and they're just kind of all only about that. But are there any like masterpieceful comedies like that are just full blown comedies? You know? I mean, yeah, but well, I mean, I mean, just like, you know, just. Quagga. Quokka. Quagga. Quokka. Now I'm saying it backwards. I'm not saying quokka quagga. I'm saying quagga quokka. Big difference, right? Big difference. Do you like the sound of this? Why does that sound a bit like an animal? Or something. It does to me at least, like a or something, you know? What the fuck is it? Standing up on top of a thing like you own the place. Fucking, if I fits, I sits. Part-time snack, full-time snuggle. Part-time snack, full-time snuggle. Sound effects. Yeah, do that. Do sound effects. Do sound effects. Whoa, sound effects. Yawn. That's not a happy animal. That's a sleepy animal. This one looks depressed. Whenever you put the black and white lighting. They all look so fucking depressed with the black and white. Become a foster home for pets in need. Beloved cat taken from shopping center. It's got the weird, the centra. That's how they say it. That's how they say it. Cat looking out the window. 1+ million animals relaxing royalty-free image. Relaxing? They still look depressed, but they look a little bit less depressed than... Fucking cat sticking out its little tongue just a tiny little bit. Looks depressed. Cinematography. Yeah. Absolute cinema. Fuck it. The alpha. I'm stealing this. Stealing that too, yep. Fucking depressed. Fucking depressed. Fucking depressed. I mean, they do feel pretty much all the same stuff. So, you know. Also do a good bit of the same kind of bodily functions, right? A lot of animals have a lot of things in common with a lot of other animals, you know? Not so much that you are them, you know. That's a little bit, that's a little bit strange to dress up as them, maybe. Go out in public like that, but, you know, okay. Like full bodysuits and whatever. You know, I don't know. Certainly not my thing. Look, now they're just staring down at you. Now they're just staring down at you, and they're staring across at you. Staring down, staring across. And... resting bitch face. That's what I would say is what this is, you know, just like you like just okay, well, I think that's edited, right? Those aren't actual real eyes, but what kind of a fucking See, I can just do that. I can just do that. I can just click X's off of you. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? That's what I thought. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Can't do anything about it. Ah. Ah. He's hitting the... Well, depending on when you were born, it would be the whip and the nay-nay, or it would be the gritty or some stupid shit if you're a degenerate. The whip and the nay-nay type of thing, like that and like party in the house tonight, and and just in general, some Dance Revolution vibes. What is it? The Just Dance, right? Just Dance. Just Dance. And all that kind of stuff, right? Maybe even some, what is it? A couple of those other songs, like, I don't know, some thank God it's, some TGIF, some of that, what is it? I'm sexy and I know it, and some TikTok on the clock, like the party don't stop, no, like that, and like P Diddy, right? Grab my glasses, I'm out the door, about to hit the city. Even some Backstreet, some. Well, there's something else I was thinking of too, but some Backstreet, some in the alleyways, the what's it called, the you are my fire, my desire, I want it that way, right? Some good old I want it that way, playing some Just Dance on the Wii, right? Anyways, where am I going with this? I don't know. It's like all that kind of stuff. Like that's about as far as I would go with this whole thing. I don't know. And like be able to live with myself. Maybe sleep at night. Right. He is now. When you start getting into your Fortnites, right, and your all that, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about, are you get in or get out? Okay, he chose to get out. I'm gonna get out like the horror movie. I don't care. So. Isn't that interesting? Like, I'm more partial to dark stuff, or yeah, even somewhat horror stuff or whatever. And like I look at that stuff, like I look at let's take the prior comedic stuff of Key and Peele and whatever, and then let's take that. And for some reason, I look at that and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool and all, right? It's the whole thing of like having been in an already established thing, sort of thing. Like if people don't see your name on it, like on the poster or whatever, right? Maybe there's just this, maybe it's just that, and whatever. But they see that on it and they're just like, okay, I can't take this remotely seriously, right? Past the point of just, if that's just kind of your whole established shtick, is just that one thing, like if that's what everyone knows you for, if they know you, recognize you, whatever, and see your name on that and something like that, right? And it's just like, well, it's like the I mean, there's a little smidge, I think, right? I think where it does work, though, however, it's kind of like a thing of like, it doesn't matter how good it is at this and that and this and that, like it'll always still have a bit of that whole thing to it. I think where it does work, and this is, you know, pretty common opinion, but it's because it's good scene stuff. I just watched it again like yesterday, the little scene of it. I've only seen like 2 episodes or whatever of the show itself, but I don't really much care to watch this and that, I suppose, all too much. I don't know. Smiling Friends, the, you know, frog scene with his dad, right? Because, well, I'm pretty damn sure that well, I mean, because the actor dude that's playing the guy, well, first of all, he's much older and this and that, and I don't know, he has that look about him, and, you know. Well, see, there's that, right? There's the old frog dude and Smiling Friends scene, right? Done pretty well in this and that and blah blah blah, and it's also really quick. It's able to accomplish a lot in a short period of time. It's like 2.5 minutes. What the fuck? You know, it's just kind of impressive. Just that whole thing of just kind of, like, I mean, it's just kind of being a bit of a show off, right? And I like that. I like that, like, flaunting off, hey, look, we can pull this off pretty fucking well, huh? Yeah. Look what I can do, you know? Just, I like that. I like that whole look what I can do type of thing. Fucking, it's just like that. You know, normally something of that sort, you know, it's like, got to have like a bunch of build up to it. Maybe it does or whatever. It seems to have some level of build up, right? But even without any of that, like, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know this, I don't know that. Just watching the scene itself in a vacuum, it does its job, and it does it quite well, right? And yeah, you know, Breaking Bad, right? Fucking Walter, fucking Bryan Cranston, fucking was known for being the lovable dad on Malcolm in the Middle or whatever the fuck, right? And sort of thing, right? And it's like, you know, there's that, and there's Heath Ledger's Joker, and then he died right after, sort of thing. He's known for being gay, or was that after? That might have been right after. No, that must have been right before, because, well, it obviously was one of his last things, but, anyways, I don't know. A couple of other things like that, you know, it's become a bit of a trope of sorts, a bit of a somewhat to be expected thing of, ha ha ha, actor you can't, like, take remotely seriously, or just does something completely different that's a bit lighter, and then they go into this, and then it's, like, quite good. Who could have expected this? Well, I mean, it's happened before over and over, like, I mean, of course, right? Why couldn't it have happened before, too, right? I mean, I don't know. So quick to dismiss things, right? Fucking Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, pretty cool, pretty good. There's a couple things there that I think. There's a couple, very, very small things, very small things that, there's always a bunch of small things in literally anything. Nothing's perfect, but, very small things that I maybe have gripes about or whatever. But otherwise, it's pretty good, right? I was pretty wowed immediately after watching it. Like, I knew that it was this and that, but, I don't know. Wow. Okay, just wow. I think I did actually watch the first one, like, not at the theater or anything, but yeah, like somewhat something. I mean, then again, it's also like a thing of like 12 years ago or something. Like, think I fucking remember anything, you know? But yes, I remember the stupid egg. Yeah, I remember the egg. I remember How to Basic in the Puss in Boots movie. It's kind of forgettable though. It's kind of, I don't know. Like, even if you are on the, you know, fucking 2012. I was 8 years old when I watched the first Avengers movie. I was 8 years old. Um, I don't know if I saw the first. I think I saw the second Iron. I have no idea. I was too young. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, I was confused, right? I was confused over what the fuck is, just mostly the earlier things, right? Mostly the things earlier on, right? Most of like the plot stuff kind of earlier on, which some of that plot stuff I think is actually a tad bit on the weaker side. I don't know. I think it's a little bit so-so at the beginning, you know? Like it's all just build up, and it very much feels like build up, and it's I don't know. I don't know. It feels a little bit right like yeah, Agents of Shield TV show esque, I guess, at the beginning there for some of it. Um, for a good bit of it, other than main antagonist Loki, right? The whole driving thing behind everything, right? But other than that, and the Tesseract, right? Just those two things, but everything else going about, side characters and stuff. Eh, eh, eh. Meh, yeah, yeah. Um, Anyways, and yeah, the whole thing with Joss Whedon, whatever the fuck, Joss Whedon, he's got that is one big mega mind forehead right there. I got a pretty big forehead, but that is one mega mind, big mega, you know. Um, but hey, right, and it also goes to show that right, just because like big head, big brain, or what I don't know, thick skull, I don't know, right? It's about structure, efficiency and all that. Uh, but I'm not going to argue that this, and this kinds of whatever are like art and very much artists and masterpieceful and whatever. Like, and you can also say like this and that, like, oh, it's just this, it's just that, it's just blah 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 blah. I don't know. This and that isn't like the best thing I've ever fucking seen before. What is the best thing I've ever seen before? A couple of things, but even those, I would say, I don't know. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once is definitely a contender. I mean, it being one of the things that comes to mind right away. Uh, it's pretty wowed by that. I was pretty wowed by sure Puss in Boots 2 and whatever, and see, strangely, I was wowed a bit more by the Puss in Boots thing than by the like the Spider-Man into across the whatever the fuck, I don't know. Uh but both of which are still, I guess, maybe held a bit back. The thing with like the Spider-Man stuff, I think it's held back a bit by it being Spider-Man stuff, strangely enough. Like that's what I think about a good bit of like superhero things in general, is it's held back by it being about this. Like if you had this same plot but it wasn't pertaining to this, I think it would be stronger, right? And that's kind of a thing. Like this is cool, this is great, this is whatever. It would be better if it wasn't attached to this, right? That would take it from pretty good, pretty great to truly masterpieceful, right? And then you have hints of, right, because there is a bit of like, gee, I don't know. It's such a thing, and it's such a see. But then there's that too. It's like first Avengers movie, fucking Captain America, his outfit, and people have some this and that. I think it's pretty okay. I don't know. I think people just don't know what the fuck they want. Um, I don't know what the fuck I want, with things. Uh, I guess I don't really particularly care all too much anymore, like what it comes from externally, like what is this now with like shows or movies or whatever. But I don't know. Gee, I don't know. Just whatever. And here's the thing: is it's like, I guess what I want is to not have to put much thought into the quality of something. Like you go in and you're in for like an experience. You want it kind of somewhat handed to you. This is what it is, and this is how it is, and everything about it as completely made sure to be damn as good as it can be, sort of thing, prior to you going into it. That's kind of the whole point. Like you're paying you for the experience. I want the experience, and I want the experience to be done right. Without any of this like additional little stuff here and there of, oh, it's this or oh, it's that or blah blah blah, meandering all about. Like, no, you give me the fucking experience. You give me the experience. Give me the experience. What is that face? What's that little face right there? I can't help but turn things into criticizing. Fucking, I'm not being too negative though. I don't think. I hope not. I don't know. Cat. Brap. Brap. You can try your hardest to avoid it, but you shall still return to bitching and moaning. Wah! Look at this. Look at this. Look at that smile. Okay. Here. Part-time snack, full-time snack. I fit the... You ever laugh like in a way that you feel like you might vomit at any moment? Oh my god. I have not vomited many times before, right? I don't get sick all too often either, but I how many times have I vomited before? It's got to be like 10 to 15 or less. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. You would think it would be more. I would think it would be more. I would think a lot of things would be more, or would be worse, or would be this, or would be that, right? I was obese for a little while. How did I not get even more? How did I this? How did I that? Like how, right? Do I have a fast metabolism? I don't know. Not, I mean, somewhat, I don't know. And vomiting, I don't know. I guess I get nauseous a decent bit enough, right? Whenever I'm all freaked out, get nauseous, right? So I guess that's kind of what I mean with like, have I not vomited more, and how have this and how have that, and I don't know. So you're right. It's like I've felt like vomiting plenty. I feel like I probably am going to, and then it just doesn't happen. And then, but see, and then there's that too. Is it's like, right? Maybe it's like maybe you just need a good crying session. Wah 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 wah. Maybe you need to vomit, release, and this and that, and blah 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 blah. Right? And then you feel better after or whatever. But it's normally just for like a little bit. I mean, sometimes maybe you'll get lucky and it'll be like kind of indefinitely, and you're just kind of all better now. I've vomited. Okay, now I'm good. But usually, it'll like rear its head after like another 30 minutes to like 3 hours or something like that. Right? If I fits, I sits. If I fits, I sits. When I was like younger, I think like one of the very first times I did vomit, I would touch things and put my fingers in my mouth. So, you know, how did that happen? Oh, well, you know. But hey, maybe that's not necessarily the worst thing ever, right? Because it's good to build up an immune system tolerance and such, right? And whatever, you know? It's fucking... It's good to build up an immune. Yeah. Like, hey, you know, and going along with that too. You want to know what my maybe it's due to that kind of stuff, right? Maybe it's due to unhygienic, whatever, right? I'm not the most hygienic person ever, especially if I'm depressed or whatever. But you know, what are my allergies? What am I allergic to? Not much. Any food stuff? Not that I know of. Any medications? Also not that I know of. I am not allergic to any foodstuffs or medication stuffs that I know of. Just seasonal. Just like pollen or mold or whatever the fuck it is, right? In the fall times, right? In like around August, October, whatever. Yeah. That's it. That's all I know of. And if that's all I know of, then that's all that really, you know. Hey, I'm allergic to poison. Like, okay. Whoa, really? Whoa. Well, just like cancer, just yes, I am comparing allergies to cancer. Because there is a similarity there. There's, I mean, along with a good few other things too. It's your body's. Well, I mean, it's somewhat like, it's your body's inability to, or it's your it's your body's inability to function properly. God damn it, where am I going with it? Okay, cancer is Well, they're like zombie cells is what they are. Cancer cells are zombie cells, right? That's what it is. It's like zombie. Idiot. Fucking idiot. That's what you are. So yeah, you got the zombie cells, right? And they're munching at you, eating you from the inside. And then, well, and allergies are, right, and similarly, like, it's like, oh, these cells are a part of me, and they're killing me, they're attacking me, right? And allergies is your immune system doing the same thing. Same thing with getting in, like, an infection. It can very much be the same thing, like getting too much, the swelling and the irritation and all this stuff. Your body's freaking out over nothing, right? Foreign contaminant, right? And, it's freaking out over nothing. Over foreign contaminant. I'm referencing Wally, I guess. Foreign contaminant. So it goes crazy, it goes batshit, it goes this and that over nothing. Chill the fuck out. Right? You know, that's another thing. Side effects. I kind of dislike the term side effects because they're not side effect. Like what is, if side effect means, I don't know, you fucking people are so ego stuff, and you know, you see yourself as the center of the universe, right? So side effect, it's like, it doesn't exist for you, for what you want it to do, right? They're not side effects, they're just effects. There is no main, primary, secondary effect stuff. They're all just effects that they have upon you, and they have different effects upon different people because they're different in all these whatever ways. They're not side effects because it doesn't exist for you. It doesn't exist for the purpose that you want it to exist for. It just exists. Even if you synthesize something, completely artificial that did not exist previously. See, and then there's that too. Like, you synthesize something artificially. Oh, this doesn't exist, and then You'll go and make some discovery. Oh, it actually already did exist. Here it is. It's like in the water or something. But to the best of your knowledge, whatever, you synthesize something artificially, this and that, doesn't matter. Like the very same underlying rules of the universe still apply, and to the best of my knowledge, have been the same since basically the start. Like it's all outlined right away of this is how it's gonna go. It's all predetermined, right? It's all predetermined. This is how it's going to go based on this, laws of physics or whatever you want to call it. Right? This is how it is. And like all these things aren't possible right away for it's like the first 170,000 years of the universe, right? All these things are not possible right now because everything's too hot and too dense and hot and all this stuff and everything's blah blah blah. And then it cools down a little bit and it disperses a little bit more and at this and at that. And then not every single thing ever is ionized or and you get electrons attaching onto atoms and they start clumping together and stuff and a little bit more and all these things start becoming possible. It's not just a soup of energy anymore, right? Now things can actually happen. Does that make it like just because it wasn't possible because of this thing, because of it all being too hot and all together and everything like that, does that make it that it was like suddenly because it's now possible because this thing is out of the way, this roadblock of it being too much heat and energy and all that? Does that make it suddenly like the universe has suddenly fundamentally changed and like something has changed about how it works and all this? Like no, it was still the case. Like it was destined to play out that way once it dispersed and cooled down a bit after the first literally no time whatsoever, 170,000 years or whatever it is. And like around that time, all of that stuff, yeah, and the whole big thing with like the start of the universe is it's completely cosmic microwave background radiation only really extends after that point in time, right? After that point. And even to say why exactly that is the case is conjecture, right? Theory. I despise the word theory. theory. Shut up. Let's say conjecture. I think I'm using that word right. Conjecture. Let's find out if I'm using it right. Yes, there you go. Why don't we say conjecture? Theory. Conjecture. It is conjecture that this or that or this or that is the case definitively. It is conjecture. Fucking conjecture. I like that so much more. That's anytime I'm conjecture. Anytime I'm ever referring to anything of the sort, I am going to say conjecture, and it is so much better that way. Conjecture. It is conjecture. Conjecture. I should use that word so much more because it's so applicable to so many things that I yap about. Conjecture. So anyways, it is conjecture that anything is fundamentally the case, just definitively, right? Really, literally anything is that way. Sure. But especially so things that, at the very, very beginning of the universe, right? Because cosmic microwave background radiation doesn't extend that far back. It extends right after that. And it is, conjecture as to why exactly even that is the case, right? Why doesn't it not extend back, right? And you can say, I think there's one prevailing conjecture thing, which is, I don't remember what it is. But I mean, hell, it really could just be as simple as, I don't know, everything just gets obliterated whenever it's in a state like that, right? I don't know. There is no trace of it because, you know? Because, what's that thing about entropy and all that? I don't know. There's not enough differentials, you know, it's all kind of uniform, right? It's all kind of somewhat the same everywhere, right? There's no there's not enough variance, right? There's not enough high points and low points. It's all just high points, or well, I mean, you know, assuming Big Bang, right? Then everywhere there is that is all just kind of high point, and everywhere there isn't that is all just low point, right? So there is a big high point, there's a really big low point. The really big low point being just empty space. The really big high point being everything that there is, that now exists, right? But it's not like it has yet, it's just, right, and it's just kind of staying that way, I suppose, is a bit more so, right? And it's just staying that way for a little bit, you know, until it goes ahead, and after a bit of time passes, an extremely tiny amount of time passes, then, wow, now you have some real range here. You know, you can really plot this on a graph or something, right? As, you know, not just a 1 and a 0, as like all the other decimals, fractions, whatever in between. Wow. You know, wow, it's getting more complicated. Getting more complicated. Is it really all that complicated when everything is just a 1 and a 0? No, it's pretty simple, actually. As simple as can be. But because it's so simple, nothing can come of it. Until just the ever so slightest amount. Right, but then there's that too, like, was everything truly just a 1 and a 0? Right? Has there always been variations? Or did it come about later on? Is it just from, like, empty pockets opening up? You know? Like, think of like an air bubble. Like, think of, like, I have a tray of water, and I'm heating it up on the stovetop. And an air bubble, kind of this, and it pushes things out of the way. Now there's a gap there, right? All these little gaps in the soupy mixture, right? There's everything within the tray, and there's everything outside of the tray, and there is no tray, right? It's just kind of suspended in space like that. But because of the way it is here, well, if you don't have the tray, everything will just spill out everywhere, which that's kind of the whole point, right? That's what's happening. Everything just spills out everywhere. But for the sake of whatever, well, it's pretty instantaneously just kind of, oh, all the water's on the ground now, or all over the stovetop or whatever. If the tray suddenly disappears, everything's just all wet. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants wet stovetop. Shut up. Dismiss. You know what this is? Damn, this is some chocolate right here. Yeah, this is some chocolate. So, wow, this is some chocolate. Ooh. Blah. This is some chocolate. This really is some chocolate. What? I need something to drink. Ugh. I need something to drink. Ugh. Because this is some chocolate. So, as with most things, it's probably a combination of like, not necessarily all of the above, but I guess there's a lot of different things, right? It's very, very simple, but it's also not. But it also is. But you gotta remember, it also is. It also kind of is. It really is. Or maybe it just seems that way once you piece it together. Like, oh, yeah, right, I see how it is. Yeah, that makes so much sense now. But it didn't before. But we're just going to ignore that. No, that makes so much sense. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, like, yeah. I understood well before you told me. Or whatever. Yeah. Sure. I was just acting like I didn't know what the fuck was going on here. No, I always knew. I always knew. Absolutely. Yeah, totally. 100%. 100%. What's wrong with wearing people's faces? Like, just wearing them. Well, how would you wear them? How would you wear people's faces? Good question. I don't know. Which is the most fashionable, I suppose, is the question. Is the real question. Which, I don't know. What do you think compliments my eyes, right? The most? You know? Dunno. I was gonna say something about like the color of people's face. No, I don't give a shit. Just people's faces. Just people's faces. I don't care. People's faces. I don't know. I guess somewhat pleasing people, right? I don't want to wear the faces of, yeah. I want them to be respectable people, right? I want them to be respectable people that I wear the faces of. Yeah. Because that'll be more fashionable that way, right? It'll have good connotations behind it. I respect these people's faces. I respect the people that these faces belonged to previously. Now they belong to me, and I'm wearing them. It's a fashion statement. Don't I look really fashionable, though? With these people's faces on? Again, how are we wearing them? I don't know. Just, yeah, whatever. I think we already said that, right? Whatever looks best. Whatever looks most fashionable. I don't know. I'm not necessarily too much of a fashion person, right? That's kind of gay, right? But yeah. You know what I think is kind of funny though about that? If you were to just straight up be wearing people's faces, even if there was blood, right? People wouldn't even take it seriously. They would think that it was fake or something. Or you could very easily kind of just like pass it off as fake or something along those lines, right? Oh, that looks really real. Yeah. They're like masks or something, right? And it's like a Halloween costume. Oh, it's the middle of the summer? Did I say Halloween? I meant fuck you, and then cuts your face off, adds it on to the outfit. Yeah. Now if you go over to the police, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say all these things, or you're gonna try to. They're gonna look at you real fucking funny when your face is missing. Who are they gonna believe? You, the person with the missing face, or me, the person who is so very fashionable and isn't missing my face? I can tell you, you know, because they're just gonna look at you like you're crazy. Because you are crazy. You're missing your fucking face. You're missing your face. You're crazy. You're crazy. And I'm fashionable. I'm so fashionable. I look so fucking good wearing your face and everyone else's faces that I've cut off. I look so fashionable. And they're going to be on my side because they think I'm fashionable too. Right? I'm going to get so many compliments from the officers. They're going to be like, wow, those are some real nice looking faces. And damn, that looks real nice on you. And I wish I had faces like that, you know, to wear. And other things of the sort. Those just did you cut off those faces all by yourself? Then I'll say, why, yes, I did, officer. Thanks for not for noticing. Thanks for, or they're like, did you cut those faces all off by yourself? Did you cut those faces off all by yourself? That's impressive. That's so cool. And then I'll be like, why, yes, officer, I did cut these faces off all by myself. Thanks for recognizing my achievements. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for, thank you. Just thank you. I don't know. Thanks for, you know, it's like, you know, this is a really nice interaction right here. This is really nice. Why can't real life be like this, right? Why can't this be real? It'd be so nice if this was real, you know? Instead they get on the faceless person's side, the monster's fucking side, and they turn their guns on me. And they shout profanities. They're so mean. They threatened to shoot me. They threatened to kill me for making a fashion statement. I didn't do anything wrong, officer. Please. Let me say my side of the story before you gun me down. Before you lock me up. And go and just blah, 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 ignore everything I have to say. I'm not trying to defend myself. I just... Let me explain. Let me explain what happened. What led to this point. Officer, haven't you ever cut someone's face off before? You haven't. I've got evidence that says you do. You have. I've got evidence that says you have. Right? And then I plant the evidence, right? No. I already planted the evidence. Right? How could I plant the evidence while I'm already locked up? Right? Obviously. You know, I tip there's something. What would it be that, you know, makes them kind of go ahead and the other officers search this one in particular. I don't know why. I just really dislike this one officer in particular. And so I get all these other officers to go and search this officer's place, right? And they find the faces. A lot more faces. Hey, how'd that get in there? Yeah, that's that's so silly, right? He did it, you know. There's the knife. There's the faces. Look where it's at. It's in his house. You know? And then they find the bodies there too. Oh, they're still alive. They're still alive. Yeah. Well, some of them probably not, because maybe it's been a while, right? Officer hasn't been home in a while. He's been out being an officer, right? He's been busy gunning people down instead of at home with his wife and kids, you know. So I cut off his wife and kids' faces, stuck them up on the wall for you all to find. What do you think of that? Also, a lot of his pallies, you know, went digging through, right? I mean, those are the ones that he's focused on. He's all so focused on is, oh, my wife and kids are missing their faces. How are the kids still alive? I don't know. I just you know, you were complimenting me before inside my head in this little make-believe reality I made up. You know, you were complimenting me over how good I am and all this stuff, right? And everything like that. Why can't that extend a bit further to just how well I took care of them? They're still alive. I disinfected everything quite well. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to make sure that it stayed all nice and clean. I didn't have to wrap their faces, you know, all nice and good, you know, a little bit of, sterile wrap and, you know, make sure there's these holes there and stuff so they can breathe good and all that. I didn't have to make sure of any of that, right? I didn't have to do any of this. But that wasn't the point. The point wasn't for them to end up dead. It was it was shock value, right? Value. There's a lot of value to be had there. Right? There's a lot of value to be had there. You don't need a face to be alive, right? You don't need a face to live a happy, fulfilling life. Isn't that the kind of shit some people say, right? You don't need this, you don't need that to live a happy, fulfilling life, right? They'll say that kind of shit to the disabled, you know? You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need a face. No, just cut it off. You don't need that. You don't need any of that. I agree. You know what? I agree. You don't. You don't need any of that. We can just remove it. And you're fine after. Right? You won't be fine if I don't take care of you, so I did. I took care of you. I made sure it was clean. I I used some real good medical grade stuff. Shit's expensive. I don't know. Must have cost at least a couple $100 at least. I don't fucking know. I'm not too concerned with that. I'm more concerned with keeping them breathing. You know? More concerned with that than you are, Mr. Neglector. I'm a lot more concerned about your fucking family than you are. You just don't know how things are, do you? You just have no idea whatsoever. Conjecture, right? Conjecture. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Form an opinion or supposition about something on the basis of incomplete information. You, officer, had incomplete information. See, you thought that it was just this person's missing their face, I'm wearing a bunch of faces. You know, see, you thought it was just as simple as that. But you see, there's a little bit more to the story here, right? And what's with you going on and on and on and on and on about your fucking family? They're gonna be fine. Those other, they're all gonna be fine too. But what about them? Why aren't you aren't even making a mention of them? There's many more right there, right beside them. You're so fucking much more concerned about your fucking wife and kids. They're gonna be fine anyways. It's like, but like if you're gonna, I went through all the trouble of tracking down, you know, your pallies, cutting off their faces, but you're just focused on these. Is it 3 or 4? I can't even remember. I don't know. I've I've done a lot of things today. I'm sorry, I can't really remember if it's 3 or if it was. How many kids do you have? I don't know. Well, you just have the one wife, right? I don't. That's been the case sometimes. Sometimes people will have multiple on the side, and we gotta toss them in too, right? For sure. But you had just the one, I believe. 2 or 3 kids. I don't know if it. I want to say 3. I think there was a third one, but it was, they were really young, really small, right? Yeah. Very forgettable. But yeah, what about these are supposed to be your friends here, right? You know, these ones right over here. These are supposed to be your friends. You know, I'm motioning to something that I'm in a jail cell. I'm motioning to something that's halfway across town because I picture myself as being there, but you know, because I'm a little. Anyways, you know, and you just don't give a shit about you don't give a shit about anyone else. You know, it's just you And you don't even give a shit about your family, and you think that putting up this big show all of a sudden now over them, it's like, that's not gonna do any good. It's not gonna do any good. Go ahead, give that. That's a thing, right? Barely. I mean, that's a thing, right? Skin grafts, face transplants, whatever. Take some dead body, have some surgeon take their faces off, stick it on your wife and kids. Yeah. Yeah, that'll make things all better, huh? Yeah. What makes you any different than me? If you're willing to, just because it's out of your hands, just because of its, you do the same damn thing. You take people's faces off too. Only you're a lot freakier because you stick it on other people's, on other people's heads. I don't do that. I would never do that. I wouldn't sew it back on. What on someone else? Ugh. The fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's gross. It's really fucking gross. And I mean, you're trying to what are you even trying to do? You're just trying to cover it up, huh? You're just trying to cover everything all up. Oh, look, they moved one of their little muscles in their new face. That you had them cut off, sicko. You had them cut off people's faces. Oh my god. You don't have the balls to do it yourself. You don't have the balls to do it yourself. You pay people to commit your crimes for you. And you get away with it. You get away with it. Evil will prevail. It's unfortunate. And you feel good about yourself after. You feel proud of yourself. You smile. You take some sick enjoyment out of it. Out of all of this. The only enjoyment I get is from how fashionable I looked before you took it all away. You rid me of my fashion statement. What'd you do with the faces? Where'd you take my faces? When I get out of here, I'm gonna want my faces back. You better not have burned or buried them. It's vandalism. That's destruction of my property. It's illegal. It's illegal. And it's... You are one sick fuck. Oh my god. You're one sick fuck. You're so much worse than me. Worse than me? Worse than... That implies... No. No. It's just you. It's you. It's just you. It's all your fault. You did everything. You did all of this. You're trying to pin it on me now. You're making things up. You've convinced me that I'm who did it. I didn't do anything. I know I didn't do anything. You did everything. You did all of it from the very start. You cut your family's faces off. You cut all your friends' faces off. You hung their faces around my neck. You locked me up in here. You framed it like I framed you. What the fuck? You take advantage of me. Of my mental state. You make me believe something that isn't true. You thoroughly convince me of it. You warp my head. You twist my perception of reality. More than it. Okay. Well. No one will believe me anyways. It's too late now. Guess I'm going away for a long time. Indefinitely. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll kill me right away. Right. Maybe I won't have to think about it every day for the rest of the days. That would be nice. That'd be really nice if I didn't have to think about it. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why'd you do this? Officer, why'd you do this? Wasn't everything going well for you? A loving family. Fucking all your friends, they're... Guess you haven't spoken to them in years. Or they haven't spoken to you. So they didn't stick around, but your family did. Did someone else cut off your family's faces? So you cut off their faces, but someone else cut off your family's faces. That's why you're making a big deal. Which happened first? Who? What are the odds of there being two serial killers in the same room? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Oh, right, I remember. You cut off your old friends' faces because you're a sick fuck. And then I cut off your family's faces. And I did wear them around like a fashion statement. Right. You're a surgeon.
you cut off your old friends' faces so that you could perform surgery, so that you could help people, so that you could, right, like burn victims and all that, right? You couldn't have possibly thought that, like, you cut all their faces off right here, and then you, like, oh, you stick them in like a sealed bag and then you drive across. Like, you can't have possibly thought that that would work out. You just attached faces on and they're gonna rot. And are you a surgeon? Did you break in? This whole thing is fucking confusing as shit. No wonder I can't fucking, no wonder I don't know what's real. It's so goddamn, so many twists and turns. It's like reality is being retconned before my very eyes. I guess I don't really need to know what actually happened. I guess I don't need to know. What I do need to know, though, is why. Just why. Just why. Like, okay, maybe if maybe if you're the one who cut off your friend's face, right, and that's why that, but that, but why would you, what would lead you to, okay, I mean, I can, like, oh yeah, there's your motive, but what drove you to this point in the first place? And I don't even know if you did. Did you not? I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. We'll never know. Conjecture. Conjecture, conjecture, conjecture. The word of the day is conjecture. Today's word is conjecture. Incomplete information. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Form an opinion or supposition about something on the basis of incomplete information. Supposition. An uncertain belief. Uncertain belief. Uncertain belief. They were working on the supposition that his death was murder. Whoa! Ha 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 ha. Do you like my story? It's a true story. Whoa, whoa, fuck you. Smiling. Smiling animal. He smiles. He smiles too. Whoa. They're all so smiley. Look, he's hopping off of the ground. Damn it. His feet are not touching the ground. He can fly. How does he fly? How is he able to do that?
We'll see you later.
Okay.
Be good.
Yeah.
Hey, Kitty. Oh, Kitty just got out.
Sure.
I kept the dog is in the room. So
Oh, goody.
So Kitty will be fine. Okay. I gotta go. Okay, he's back.
He's back. Look who's back. Look who's fucking back. Okay, well, this is too. Alright, well. we gotta include this one too, right? Yeah, there you go. So happy. I've been yapping for 2 hours. Was it engaging? Was it fun? Quokka. Quokka selfie. Fixing to take a Quokka selfie. Taking a selfie with a Quokka selfie. Damn. That is one Quokka. That is one Quokka right there. Quokka selfie. He's posing. Quokka selfie. Strike a pose for the Quokka selfie. Shut up. Strike a pose for the Quokka selfie. Peace. Peace sign. Quokka selfie. Quokka. Quokka selfie. Rat cat. Quokka facts. Not a rat. Rat cat. See, you say it's not a rat, but then you say it's a rat cat. Okay, so it's not a rat, it is a rat cat. Okay. But it has a rat right there. Is a rat cat not a rat? It's a rat cat, but it's not a rat. I can't fathom that because it still has rat right there. So it's still a rat. No, it's not. It's not a rat. It's a rat cat. But it's still a rat. What the fuck is this? If it looks like a rat, if it tastes like a rat, if it smells like a rat, it's probably a rat. Kangaroo vibes. What? I literally just said kangaroo. Are you fucking kidding me? You stupid motherfucker. How dare you? Well, apparently they have pouches. God damn it. Yep. Koalas. Koalas do too? Damn. They got a pussy pouch. Pussy pouch. Pussy pouch. Pussy pouch. Pussy pouch. Quagga doesn't have a pouch. Quagga ain't got a pouch. Quaggas don't exist anymore. Quaggas are all dead. But quokkas aren't. The duality of animal, I don't know. Quokka. Why does this stupid fucking thing get to live and this doesn't? Stupid quokka. Well, conservation status vulnerable, population decreasing. Well, maybe they will be extinct soon. The quokka and the quagga. Not just the quagga. Both. Yippee! Can't wait for all the rats to be dead. Woo! Rat. Fucking rat. Ha! You're gonna go extinct. Ha ha! You're gonna go extinct. Ha ha! Ha ha! You're all gonna be dead. Ha ha! Ha ha! Why can't I touch Quokka? Don't give me the fucking AO over you. Fucking. Why can't I touch Quokka? Because it's like the cheese touch. If you touch what is soon to be extinct, then you will soon to be extinct too. I mean, you can if you want. I don't know. Nothing's stopping you. You can touch it if you want. You know, all these motherfuckers, they're taking selfies, like they're touching up on this rat. They're gonna be dead soon too. Yeah. In less than 100 years. For like all of them. Yeah. I know. Crazy, right? Oh, God. It's like that whole thing of like, you can't, like, the whatever the fuck, the bacteria that gives you cavities, you're not born with it. It's like if you're like getting kissed up on your cheeks and whatever the fuck or some shit by like your grandma or something. You know? It's like that, right? Yeah, you were actually invulnerable. You're invulnerable, invincible, or at least immortal or something. But then you touched up on this Quagga, but most people don't touch up on it. Or Quokka. Fuck. Most people don't touch up on the Quokka. Other rats, I don't know. Squirrels. You ever touched a squirrel before? You ever... anything that looks like a rat. Anything that vaguely looks like a rat. Cat looks kind of like a rat, right? Rat, cat. Looks kind of similar. Cat looks like a rat. This looks like a rat. You ever touched one of these before, too? Right? You ever touched one of these? Ever touched one of these? If you have, if you've touched anything that vaguely, even remotely looks like a rat, that's the one and only sole reason why you're going to die. Eventually. At some point in time. Look at this motherfucker grabbing on this fucking leaf shit. Fucking... think you're so cool, huh? Think you're so fucking cool. They smile at your pain. He's so happy. He's so happy to watch you die. So happy to watch you die. This little fucker right here. It's his fault. He's the reason you're going to die. This little motherfucker. Yep, that's right. We gotta hunt them all down. Hunt them down to extinction. Rats of the devil. Not a rat. It's not a rat. Not a rat. It's not even a rat. It's an urban legend. Demonic hellspawn. Quokka is of hell. Fucking Quokka. Stupid fucking Quokka. Fucking hate you, Quokka. Fucking Quokka, rat cat. Fucking Quokka. Quokka. Sniffing a fucking flower. Who even knows if this is real? Actually, okay. Well, see, there's the thing, actually, though. Fur. Right? Is this actually real? Is this a real image? Because that fur... well, I mean, if it's a static image... I don't know how that is with, like, static images, but with AI videos, right? Static image. Supplied. Photo supplied. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The fur looks pretty on point, though. Right? And supposedly, you know, it says supplied, right? And, I mean, it could be. I suppose it's more so... I don't know. It's just... It's just... maybe it's more so like the flower. You know? Maybe the saturation is pumped up a bit or something, right? And... this is one flower-looking flower, you know? The flower that smells like death. It's a really, really cool thing. It's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Pretty cool. Flower of death. Attracts flies on purpose. You know, similarly to the flower that smells like death, you know, similarly to fly traps and whatever. It's just like, damn, that's cool. Damn, that's cool. Damn, that's cool. Damn, that's cool. There's only a few things that really like that really stick out. Exceptionally so, and... just a girl. What? Fucking... yeah. What did I just click on? Quokka. Oh, well, there's... oh. Okay. Well, we can get rid of that. I thought Oh, I guess not. Quagga. Well, we gotta add an extinct quagga here too, right? Extinct recently enough for there to be colored photos of them. Yeah. Late 19th century. So yeah, right? Yeah. Or are they colorizations or what? I don't know. Here's like a stuffed one. Yippee. Quagga. Quagga. They got the whole like they got the, what's it called? Well, there's a lot of variations actually of that whole thing of like, you know, the top half being one thing and the bottom half being another thing. Apparently even, well, sirens are the case, and sirens are very kind of closely related with but it's minotaurs, right? Minotaurs, but sirens are kind of closely like with succubi, right, and sort of thing. So anyways, but I think they come from different things. It's just they're kind of similar and just, I don't know. But anyways, sirens also have that whole thing. Sirens, centaurs, fucking minotaurs, right? And there's, you know, variations of each thing too, right? There's succubus, and then there's also incubus, and there's this, and there's that. You know, they love to make their silly little variations, right? Oh, but what if we had it with this head? What if we had it with that, right? What if it was a lion thing, you know, a griffin or something, right? Same thing too, like sticking multiple things together and all that. Anyways, this has that look to it, right? Top half is zebra, back half is, I don't know. And there's a little bit of variation there too, right? It's like more of it is covered with stripes and less of it, you know. Quaggas went extinct for a truly tragic reason. Okay, sure, tell me, why not? I don't know. I think I knew at some point. Okay, sure, what's the tragic reason? Yes, similar lifestyles to zebras, whatever. When the last quagga died in captivity and none were left in the wild, it was naturally assumed that they were gone for good. Once a species goes extinct, there is no bringing it back. However, in the 1970s, DNA analysis of quagga bodies preserved in museums revealed something surprising. It had always been assumed that quagga were a distinct species of zebra, but the DNA revealed that they were actually a subspecies of plains zebra, which still thrive in Africa. If the quagga's extinct genes still survive in plains zebras, there is a chance the long-gone creature could return. Launched the Quagga Project, an effort to bring back the quagga for selective breeding of zebras. Captive plain zebras with characteristics similar to quagga. Efforts are far from finished. Shut up. Sure, what's the fucking thing? What's the thing? Sad reason, tell me. Yes. Oh my god, wow, due to a combination of human hunting and agricultural expansion. Wow, this is such a sad reason. It's like the reason why every goddamn thing ever goes extinct. Okay. Yeah, woo. Seen as an obstacle to farmers who wanted to use the grasslands as feeding grounds for goats and other livestock. Last quagga on Earth died in a zoo in 1883. That's kind of cool, though. The last one on Earth died in a zoo, and it was just all alone. You're the last one, and you die in captivity. And if there were others, they would probably, you know, force you to breed or something, but it's just, you're the last one. And you're just held here. And then you die. And then there's no more. No more quagga. Only zebras and shit. Zebras. Regular ass boring horses. Quagga. The quagga. The quagga fucking died. Also, you know, that whole thing with there being horses and zebras and whatever, it's like, right, it's like... It's definitely like one common ancestor, right? Whenever, like, land was together, right? And then it splits from there, and then they become very distinct, right? Over time from there, right? Like, that's what it is, right? Or are they just completely different? They just look similarly, right? Just similar. I imagine it's whenever the land was together, but sometimes it really is just, you know, carcinization kind of thing, right? It just happens separately because that's just how it wants to be. It just works well to look like a horse. It just looks well to look like a crab. It just looks well to fucking whatever. Wow. That's so cool. Anyways. Oh yeah, well, let's get a thingy of a Quagga. Well, we'll get the stuffed one. Just put the stuffed one. Yeah. Stuffed Quagga. Yeah. I just put the stuffed Quagga. Quagga. There you go. Quagga. Wanna watch me do the thing? I don't know. Why not? Right? Why don't you watch me do the thing? That'd be quick, right? Why not? I don't know, if you want. Quokka, Quagga, Quagga, Quagga. Any day now. Oh my god. Well, guess it gives us a chance to... I probably won't... Yeah, no, probably not this one. Well, maybe. Gee, I don't know. It is the most essential ones, right? Because if you have too many little things, then, you know, it's... Yeah. Quagga. It's a Quagga. It's a bird right here, too. Quagga with a bird. It's a Quagga with a bird. Boop. Wow. Oh, there you go. Quagga with a bird. Quagga with a bird. Oh, see, there's that, and here's that. Oh, this is actually a bit more... Well, okay. Make a folder. Call it... Quokka jumping. It's not jumping, it can fly, right? The angel wings from before. What is this? Smooth sliced comic relief. Right. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I really have been yapping for a long time. Wow. Boop. 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 The Dreams Time logo, by the way. Oh. Never mind. What? Oh, it's like appearing up there. Oh. No, 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 no. Yeah, it is. Oh, but it also is that. It's just the D. The D is... Like, their logo is that, but then, like, the little icon here is the D, and it looks a lot like the fucking stupid TikTok thing. I think it's actually, like... Oh, it's got a little thing coming off of it, right? That's the difference. Oh, okay, right, sure, whatever. Anyways, it's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. A music note is a D with a little thing coming off of it? Yeah, there's a lot of things like that, right? There's a lot of things like that. Quagga. Quokka. Quagga. What? Why do you just suddenly... The fuck? Did I accidentally... For any of these? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, Quagga. I don't know. Quagga. Quokka, Quagga, Quagga. Quagga. You gotta have the Quagga. You gotta stick the Quagga like... Right there, probably. Yeah, that's fine. Then you'll go up here. Like so. Yeah. Sure. There you go. And then you can go right here. There you go. There you go. Oh. Well, I don't know. Well, you know what? Well, this is just empty space right here is what it is. Damn it. I'll stick you down here. Good enough. And you come over here. Like so. Boop. There you go. And then... Program error. It's a JPG. What do you mean program error? Program error. Okay, just for all of them, huh? Oh, okay, and then just not. Alright, sure, why not? Program error. The alpha. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe from that side, but... just squeeze it in there. Just squeeze it in there, yeah. Sure, why not? So fucking stupid. Okay, and then that's... Yep. And then what is this? There's that, and then there's the... Oh my god, okay. Yeah, we're probably gonna leave the side cap behind, but... Yeah, we'll just have this one if it wants to. It does not want to. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. I'll force you to. Against your will. Okay? Okay. There you go. Yep. Good enough. Okay. Sure does want to be slow today. Everything, even my computer now for some reason, just in general with this and everything. Maybe it's a my computer issue. Maybe I'm just running out of storage. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Okay. You know what? That works just fine. Honestly, maybe a little bit more like that. No, I kind of like it being centered a little bit right there. Yeah. Never mess with the alpha. Fucking trying to act all tough. Oh yeah. Call it. Okay, there you go. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, we're done. Oh, why am I dragging this over here? All right, we're done. Well, you know, why not? Why not, right? Why not? Hey, look, we're done. I'm going to press this button. Then we're going to go about our merry ways. Okay? Okay.